Let's see whether you roll a 6 with it.
Ah, it's not. So, previously on Cloudy with a slight chance of dragons, our glorious heroes managed to do all the things you're not really supposed to do. Like releasing a demon, then releasing another dragon, then almost destroying the entire village, then completely destroying a village by letting a demon in and then signing a pact with a demon. So,
Yeah, good job.
after that, they found themselves stranded in an open sea near a barely inhabited island. Of course, there were some reunions with Daneland's trusty panther Lyanna, but was it worth it? Let's find out. So, guys, you are you are in the sea.
Why?
So yeah, yeah. Let's put on some sea music, like be really good. Yay! So
Why? We should have rested for a day in the village before telling them. Because I can't summon a ship or a fish.
Yeah, while we are swimming with my Liana, I think both are good swimmers.
of course, of
least,
course. I mean,
And
cats are renowned as being good swimmers.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what cats do. They swim.
Especially long range.
Yes, definitely.
yeah, that's marathon swimmer. I call my Liana.
Yep.
We are still looking around for something on the surface of the water, probably.
Maybe there's a ship nearby.
Oh, yeah, there are always a lot of ships in
I mean, you know, you are near a barely inhabited island, so I doubt there are ships. So,
some smugglers, maybe?
I don't think so, no.
Thing
That wouldn't make too much sense. Like, you're not too far. Like, it's going to take you around, I don't know, maybe half a day to swim there. Just a couple of hours, but you already see the island there. Like, probably when you get closer, it's gonna get bigger.
The good thing is we are quite in the south, so it must be very warm, very sunny.
Probably.
Like the frozen wasteland.
Not too far from, yes.
Yes, not too far from Frozen Wasteland.
Yeah.
But you know, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, that's quite far away, so.
Yeah, it's quite far away. You never know.
How is the weather?
I think it's pretty calm at the sea at the moment, which is good. That's why you're not drowning.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, Agrita smacked Den in the face for signing the demon contract he doesn't know of. Went already in the direction of the island.
Aha, good. You swimming.
Well, I think he smacked him into the head because he was teleported out of the massacre he had so nicely going on. So
Yeah, of course.
Very nicely.
yeah,
A very nice massacre. Many people
the
died.
Yeah.
Many people died. Definitely.
like they should, because they
Yes.
were evil demon guys.
Exactly. Evil demon guys. Well, evil summoning demon guys, but who
Yeah.
cares?
Even worse.
Yeah, exactly. So, Agrita is swimming away. What are you doing, Daneland?
Oh, we are definitely swimming to the island with my panther.
Good,
Well,
good.
I think I swim very close to her and pet her from time to time.
Okay, you
Yeah.
do so. Definitely. Well, I guess you end up on a sandy beach, surrounded by palm trees, just like you thought it's going to be. Nice, sunny, fresh air from the sea, slightly salted, of course, but hey, what do you do? And in the middle of this, you see a glorious island. It's big, its jungles are luscious, but you feel like it's not really bad. It's a good island. It seems like you will find a lot of good things here. You're not really sure what good things, but hey.
Is there a huge pile of crates near us on the beach?
You're asking for too much.
Not really, not really. No random crates, but you do find several logs that look like they've been worked on. Like somebody actually fell down a palm tree and started cutting it to make a good log out of it.
Oh.
So yeah.
Are there traces in the sand visible?
You look about, not really, not on the sand. Like the biggest part of the logging has been done higher up, where most of the trees are, not near the sand. But probably there would be some tracks, you don't know.
Yeah, I'll definitely, as soon as I'm enough petting my panther.
Alright.
I think I started to look around for some clues of who can be there. Some kind of traces on the sand. Some other signs of anyone in presence.
Alright. Well, on the sand you don't see any traces. Like, even if they were, the sea water would definitely consume them, washing away everything that ends up on the beach. But higher up, exactly where Agrota managed to see the logging, you notice some vegetation that's been stumbled around, and of course there are some signs of people dragging things about. Well, at least you think they're people, because there's more than one set of tracks, but maybe it was just one person. Who knows? So yes, Dalen, what do you do?
So, no any signs of what the creatures can be on the ground, for example, like footsteps.
Like I said, you do find tracks.
Yeah,
Take a
if
closer look
I examine it, can I find out what kind of creatures can leave such traces?
Maybe you can. Let's see. I say intelligence. Because you're trying to do something. Remember some tracks, you know. Like it could be
intelligence
good.
rolls, then I'll love it.
Yes, of course. And he is
nice.
moderately successful. Well, the good part comes from the notion that you do recognize that those tracks are definitely humanoid. So, walking on 2 feet, the prints are mostly in common shape, so probably there's some footwear that's involved, so it's probably a civilized person. But the interesting part is that they are almost all the same.
So it can be probably one person or very similar persons.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm sharing my findings with the Agrota, trying to stay a bit away, remembering how he smacked him. But I found these steps now, and I think there are some kind of humanoid-like creatures, or maybe one creature. I'm not sure.
Do they look like human feet?
Well, humanoid, 2 feet, but I don't think so. They're not naked, right? So you cannot say.
So no bare feet traces.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's no army hidden in the bushes. As far we know. Maybe we should follow the traces. Maybe we can find whoever made them.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And I asked my pointer to follow the traces a little bit, and I'll follow her at quite a distance, and then I think Agrota is the last one.
When
yeah.
we approach the tree line, Agrota would stop then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we should simply wait here to until the guy comes back. I could need a little rest. I feel quite weak.
As the point at the wound.
Ow.
Yes.
Maybe
But
we hide
still,
in
you
the bushes.
find some stranger to smite me, right? Okay. Anyway, we'll try to find some hideout, or maybe some place to hide ourselves a little bit.
Okay,
From,
what would you say a place to hide would be?
It should be inside this jungle. maybe?
Okay, so you want to go deep into the jungle.
Not too deep, but deep enough, and maybe to the
to-
side from where the trails are.
Sure. So yes, you would go into the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe find a place near the tree line where we have sight on the where we have sight on the spot where the logging was taking place.
Yeah, Dandelion is quite familiar with jungle as well as the forest, almost as well as with the forest. So,
Well, jungle is forest, so
yeah,
Sure. So
it would be easy for him to find a good place to
of course.
hide.
I mean, it would be if there would be any good place in here. Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Are there only palm trees or are there bushes and stuff too?
Bushes, of course. There's a whole bunch of vegetation, and you do notice that it is indeed a jungle. And coming through it would be a struggle.
Yeah.
But hey, if you want to, you can try. So,
That's why we don't want to go far in, only a few meters getting out of sight.
yes, of course.
Yeah,
So-
maybe 10 to 20 meters inside, and quite to the side from where the trails
Sure.
are.
Yes, you do so. By all means. There's a whole bunch of vegetation blocking your way. What are you doing? Are you cutting it?
Oh. I'm using my agility and knowledge of the routes and trying to avoid most of them. And I think Agrota should cut some to make it a little bit easier.
Okay. Let me explain it again. Maybe you didn't get me too much. So, there's a whole bunch of vines in front of you. Like,
So it's
maybe,
almost impossible, right?
maybe, like, if you would be like halfling size, you would be able to kind of squeeze around them and through them, but you're not. So
It's very dense.
yeah.
Okay, I'll put.
Do you have a blade?
We should go to this direction. I find maybe the weakest spot, if possible, in this jungle wall. And could you please help me to cut down some vegetation to let us pass?
Do you have a sword or a blade or something like that? Then
You should have an axe.
well, I have my hammer with the dull and the sharp end. But do you have any weapon other than a bow?
Boomerang? I think it should work. Nothing else.
Well, in this case, maybe Agrota takes the lead, and
By all means.
He turns to the sword.
Uh-huh.
Do you mind killing a few bushes? Maybe we'll find something more juicy behind it.
Once again, you don't hear too much from the sword, only like distant echoes, things.
Right.
And you do remember that it is still blocked, but right now you do hear the cracks of its thoughts, and just like, anything to get away. Yeah, so it looks like it doesn't mind cutting some trees.
So yeah, Agrota will begin cutting.
Yeah, and with the help of a sword that can basically destroy anything, cutting jungle vegetation is really easy. You should get one right now.
You can order it on our homepage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. We're not killing all the jungle around.
Jungleweapons.com.
Uh-huh. Something like this. And I'm sure it exists. But hey, who cares?
We won't try it.
Yes. So, you do make your way through several paces of jungle. And, of course, you make your 20 meters inside, just like Daneland wanted. And, like, I'll be honest, I don't know, maybe there's going to be some there. So, is there a wondrous natural shelter for you that you can reside in? No. No, there isn't.
No inn.
Yeah, like, sorry, but no. Anything else, Daneland?
So we can stay here, or we can go deeper. What do you like?
Agrota would, he clears a small area to lie down, and he lies down, eats something, and wants to sleep.
On the bare ground.
Yeah, why not? He's a lizard. And
Yeah,
he's-
why not?
I'm tired. I need a rest.
Nothing's gonna happen, of course.
Can you keep watch?
Of course.
Sure I am. Oh,
Daneland isn't tired at all. Right, Daneland?
yeah, I feel the power. Still feel the little power from being skeleton, and then drained out of the energy.
You know. That's how it is. So,
Don't
Agrota,
teleport us away during my sleep.
sound advice.
Oh, okay. I'll take a first watch, and probably I can have some rest later.
Okay. So you do.
And
And
Liana is watching as well.
of course she is. She's completely not tired. Like,
No.
at all. You only spent half a day in the sea. Who cares? So yes, Daneland, you are taking watch. And you're looking about, and the picture is almost idyllic. Of course, some vegetation that you cut down was a bit irritating, but hey, it's still good. It's still warm and fuzzy around. Probably there's some insects, but hey, they're not actively trying to eat you. It's not like you're in a swamp or something. So yeah, it's quite peaceful here. You rest quite well. The day starts to turn closer to the evening. And you do hear some distant noises. It's weird. It's like maybe like a monkey or something. Like it's just weird noises. Somewhere deeper into the jungle.
Are they closing or
No,
just
no.
the distance? Yeah.
Just some distant sounds.
I'm just continuing to listen for them.
Good, yes. So, you all rest. That's not a problem to rest. You'll be rested when the evening comes. So yes, it's still good and cozy around here, even though the ground wasn't too gracious for being warm. It's slightly, wettish because of all the humidity in the air. But yeah, maybe for a lizard it's good.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, lizard can eat these insects, I believe. I'm not completely sure, but maybe they can.
Yeah, normal lizards, I guess. As long as there are no dog-sized insects.
Oh, don't tell this. Andrew would roll for these insects.
No. I'm not that bad. I'm not gonna roll for random giant insects. No.
Okay,
So yeah.
We are all rested, right?
Yes, you are rested. Even though I do want to know, what do you eat?
I had 2 rations and
That's good.
I have only one.
That's good. Like, you can eat your rations.
Yeah, and this is not a dungeon, right? This is not so dangerous place.
It is a jungle. It's not a dungeon.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I wouldn't vote. I wouldn't vote for it being safe completely, but it's not a dungeon.
Yeah. Could be worse.
Okay. I consumed the last one, and I turned to my Liana and I told her maybe we should have some good hunting in this jungle later.
That's an interesting idea. That's a very interesting idea. You should try that. So, you rise up from your slumber. The sun starts to set, getting closer and closer to the horizon. What do you do?
Maybe we should go back to the spot where the logging took place. Maybe something happened there. Did you hear something about that?
Well, I heard strange noises, like maybe animals or monkeys or anything similar from the jungle, but I'm not completely sure.
But no one worked. No one cut wood.
Nothing like that, no.
Well, then let's take a look at it. Maybe whoever did this returned. All we could follow is traces through the jungle. He must have made a path like us here.
Let's check it out carefully.
Alright. So you go back to the place where the logging was...
Yeah, and as we are closing by, I ask my panther if she smells something different from what she smells before, when we just arrived.
So your panther tries to sniff around, looks back at you, and moves in a no motion. Nothing has changed.
Okay. So we'll continue.
Alright.
Try to take a look.
So yes, indeed, nothing has changed.
Is there a visible path leading into the jungle from this point?
I mean, there's some footprints. Maybe you could follow them, I don't know.
So
Maybe
the
we
only
shouldn't.
choice left is to follow.
Yeah, but maybe we should.
I mean, not really. Like, you can do anything, literally. But yeah.
Yeah, we can follow the coastline
Yes,
in
you
any
can.
direction.
Yes, you can.
There are no mountains, some obstacles.
Not from
on
which
the beach.
where you can see. Where you are, it's just a good beach. There you could just rest your feet, maybe even take a dive or two in the water. Looks quite peaceful.
Oh, not diving. After swimming half day,
Alright.
I think it is enough for us.
Good, good.
Maybe we should wait here at the tree line until the sun comes out.
Mm,
I'm not sure about walking through the jungle at night.
I think we'll use some time till complete darkness and go with my Liana on a coastline to one side to see if anything is different, if we have some kind of clear path inside the jungle or anything else. Like that.
Alright. By all means, which direction are you going?
Well, Agrota would stay at the near the spot where the logging took place.
Good.
Yeah, we'll take a path
You
to...
scout ahead.
Yeah, pass to the east.
Alright. You do so. So, you are scouting down the shoreline filled with the sand. It's very nice. It's very nice. Your panther definitely likes it. It's good on her paws. But do you find anything? Let's see. Yes, you do.
Nice.
Good, good. So, you were looking for a clear path in the jungle.
Yeah.
I think you get one. You get a clear path in the jungle. Furthermore, you see that the path has been cut through the jungle. More than necessary for one person. It's just like probably enough for a dozen of people stand shoulder to shoulder and just go through the jungle. Even though you see that some vegetation has been overgrown after that, but probably like it happened a couple of months ago maybe. So still like big bushes and things are cut down. And the vines don't have anything to latch onto, so it's mostly clean.
Oh, good finding. I'll after examining it a little bit, I believe I do not see anything else at the other end of this pathway, right? So it's.
I mean, it goes into the jungle.
And
Yes.
disappears. Yeah. Okay. I return back and tell about what I found to Agrota.
Good.
Okay. It's a lot of a big space cut down in this jungle, like a pathway for a lot of people or any other creatures. Probably we can follow it.
Might be a good lead. Maybe we should find out where it leads. Maybe there are people. Maybe there's a settlement on the island.
The strange thing is we have a clear path nearby, and we also have some tropes in the jungles right here, so probably that can be different kind of creatures. But
Well, we will find out.
yeah, I vote for using the clear path. We can still stay close to the bushes and to remain hidden till the end of the path.
All right.
So let's head back, but maybe we should wait till sunrise. I don't want to run in some strangers or contraptions in the dark. Maybe there are traps on the path. Whoever made them. Maybe they don't like visitors.
We can proceed carefully, but I don't think we should stay unless you have share with me and Liana to eat, because we are empty.
Are there crabs or stuff or shells on the beach?
You don't actually see any crabs on the beach. Shells, well, there are a couple of shells, but you're quite sure there's nothing living in them.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you would walk around, forage for some things, maybe you would find something.
Or some fruits in the trees, or some coconuts.
Fruits
We can
and
search
trees.
for something to eat here.
Interesting. Are there fruits in trees nearby? Yes,
No. Are they eatable?
that's a good question. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, they're eatable.
Nice. Lucky us.
Yes.
Ekura points in the dark of night.
Look there. Eatable fruits on the trees.
Yes, definitely. Most of them look like pineapples, but
nice.
there's some coconuts here and there, so you could gain some substance.
So you climb up. I'm not a climbing guy.
Actually, can I see how you use your sword.
Yeah. same power.
Can I use my boomerang to cut those juicy fruits?
Fruits,
from-
of course.
Ekura gives him a weird look and cuts some of the trees down, of the palm trees down with coconuts
Oh.
and pineapples.
You're a barbarian. I use my. I use not so deadly way for the trees.
By all means.
I
You do so.
care about the vegetation around at least a little bit.
Of course.
Oh,
of
I
course.
thought you were only into saving animals, not saving trees. I'm sorry, Denlin.
And it doesn't really look like his story.
Yeah.
You
So,
know, I just like with some academic look. I just explain. Vegetation feed animals, and animals can live because they eat vegetation. And if you cut all of them down, they all die from
Yeah.
starvation.
okay.
Ekura looks at him and cuts another tree without the fruit.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah, stupid lizard. Like that. Never did it again.
I point at him with a finger.
Don't. Now eat your fruit. Or starve.
Shakes his head. And grabs one of the pineapples.
So yeah.
Well, Dylan has a lot of, like a pile of pineapples cut it down with my boomerang.
I mean, like, there's not too much of them. Like, there's not a bushel of pineapples that you accidentally found on the beach. But that's enough to get you by for this night if you want to spend it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so.
Alright. So you both go to sleep?
I mean, not at the same time, I guess, but yeah, we do again. Rest
Okay.
until
Oh,
sunrise.
it's my turn to have a good rest now because I was watching most of the time.
Well, I thought we already did both.
Yes.
A small rest.
Both,
Yeah, we
both
switched
did a
it.
rest.
Yeah.
But, of course, you can rest again.
Yeah.
So, you just lay down on the beach?
Yeah, might be more comfortable than.
I lay down nearby the cutted vegetation. So on a tree line, I feel more comfortable.
Yeah, of course. I mean, at the spot where we cut down the where Agrata cut down the trees.
Alrighty. So, you do so. You rest up. The next morning comes with the rising sun, which looks really pretty from where you stand. It rises above the sea, illuminating all the waves, sparkling around. So yes, that's morning, and it's as nice and as good as ever.
First thing in the morning, I think I and Liana just playing at the coastline with the water.
Yay! Water games.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
waiting for Agrata to wake up.
Yes,
Yeah.
might stand behind him.
Are we ready? You finished playing?
Yeah,
We have to go.
we are full of desire to find out what lays inside this jungle. So let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
I think Liana is a little bit ahead, just looking around, sniffing, and hiding.
By all
Close
means,
to the tree
ahead
and-
to where?
To this pathway, big pathway we found.
Ah, big one. Yes,
Yeah.
good, good. So yes,
Just staying close to the side, to the wall, jungle wall. No, not to be so
Yeah.
noticeable from.
by all means, by all means.
Before they leave the
distance.
place, Agrata would carry the few cut down palm trees to the spot, if it's not that far away, to the spot where the already cut wood was lying around.
I mean, it's not too far. It's around 10 minutes to follow the path to the east, and then to find this big pathway.
Yeah, well then no, he would leave the wood where it is.
All right,
Simply follow then to the
all right, good, good.
spot.
So, you are moving deeper into the jungle through this pathway. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. It leads you for around a couple of hours, deeper and deeper into the jungle. At this point, you can no longer hear the sea. Only the jungle is there. When you turn another, so to speak, corner on the pathway, which was probably driving things through through the least amount of trees and hard vegetation. You find yourself on a very big open spot near some weirdly placed stones at first, you think, but no, that's not actually stones. There's just a whole bunch of small rocks put together in big heaps. You look about them and it looks like they resemble some sort of shelters. Yes, definitely. Those are shelters. And it looks like this clear that you find yourself in has definitely been used as a stopping place for some group. From the size of the shelters, you can see that it's a good fit for Daneland, a slightly tight fit for Agratar. But yeah, you can definitely use them. Basically, it's small homes constructed from pieces of rock.
I give it a closer look to trying to find out how they are made.
Well, you take stones, you put them together.
Pile them up.
Yep.
So they are not polished or anything?
Not at all. No. No.
No, it's very crude, I think.
No polish
Just
there.
plain stone piled together. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything inside? And how many of them are there?
There's actually 11.
I would search the makeshift huts, shelters, whether there's something in them.
You search through. Nothing immediately sticks out. Like, do you want to spend extra time, or what?
What time of day do we have? Is it midday?
At this point, since the morning, you spent a couple of hours going through the jungle, so you would think that it's around 9 a.m., something like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely would spend some time to search the place.
Okay.
Carefully.
You can use your wisdoms to spot something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
In one of the makeshift shelters, you actually spot some very faint glitter. And you start to yank your hand in there a little bit, and then you see, yes, that's actually a piece of metal there, probably some bronze, just lost in the sand. You look about it, it's sort of a pin. Yeah, it's definitely looking like a big round piece of metal with a sharp thingy on the other end, so you could pin something with it. There's a couple of swords crossed together on the front of this thing.
How old does it look? Does it is it in good shape, or does it look like that it's already years here?
Wow. From what you can see and from your years of warlike experience, this pin has been through a lot, and you would say that it's at least 10 years old. Of course, hey, being in the sand didn't help, but yeah, at least 10.
He shows it to the Denland.
Might be here a while now. Do Do you know the sign of the crossed swords?
As this is not somehow connected to nature scenes, I am wise about.
Not really.
I don't
No.
think so. Yeah, I just shake my head.
Yeah. I mean, the jungle pathway does continue after that. But yeah.
Yeah, I think we should follow as it's quite early in the it's close to midday right now, right? We spent some time searching around.
Around 9 a.m. So, after you searching around, it comes, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes you spend there. I doubt you would spend more than that.
Yeah.
Outside, Ekota would open his book of tactical advice, and he would look whether in the book is a kind of glossary where a coat of arms or signs of military orders would be listed.
So, in a book of tactical advices, there's no advices on how to use enemy heraldics against them.
Okay. Then he would close the book again. So.
Well, nothing in here. Then we find the owner on the island. We could ask him what it means.
Yeah, I think we should continue.
All right.
Yeah.
You do so. Another couple of hours pass, maybe even 3. You see the sun is quite high up, and even though you are protected by a whole bunch of trees on either side of your pathway, it's still getting quite heated up. But hey, that's what you get.
Yeah.
And, of course, several paces away, you see another clearing. This one looks more slim than the previous one, and it looks like an unnatural one. The one that's been cleared in the same manner that the pathway itself. And here you see another set of makeshift sort of homes, but this ones look way shittier than the previous ones. They are made from just some cut down pieces of trees. You think they used to be covered with palm leaves, but at this point they're not. So maybe they've been swooshed away or rotten, depending on the time. So yes, that's another stop.
I think we should try to give it a chance and try to search this place as well.
Yeah, of course.
I definitely do this with my party.
Yeah.
Alright, what are you searching for?
Oh, any artificial objects left by those creatures, probably.
Objects.
Yeah.
Alright, by all means. Yes, I think there is one thing you could find. So you can roll with your wisdoms.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
definitely. So, Dalen, with his trusty panther, of course, managed to find a broken shaft of something that I guess could resemble a pole, or maybe it was a spear. You don't have another end to kind of make sure, but yes, it was definitely artificially made because the wood looks like it's been covered with a coat, so it didn't rot like everything else did, but it's still not in the best shape. It's been broken. So the other side is not here.
It's not very long, right?
It's around, you know, around a meter in length. And then it breaks.
Just wooden shaft.
Yes.
You could take it with you. Maybe you'll find the other half.
Oh, you know, anything can be the other half. Maybe there's some kind of ancient artifact. I was just yeah. I keep it with myself just in case.
You could use it as a melee weapon.
Yeah.
You can sharpen the... Well, no, you can't because you have no knife.
Oh, excuse me, my phone is ringing.
Oh.
By all means. That happens all the time. In the middle of a jungle, you're just rummaging through some ancient camp, and then the phone rings. Just like, what do you do? Hey, it just happens.
Slave to civilization. Can't do anything.
Yes, yes. But hey, that's what you get. That's what you get for bringing your weird contraptions in the jungle.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it can be good, but you never know.
In secret, Ekrotar runs away very fast.
Aha!
So, not now, at least.
Yes, there would be time for it, definitely. But hey, I think we could just switch it to a pause for a moment and see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'll tattle a tale that is terribly true. Started out as a rumour, but suddenly grew. And it deals with a man and a horse in a ring. So settle on in and our song we shall sing. It happened one day in a ring by a farm, something that tragically brought so much harm. How could a place so abundant with charm create such a beast with a spear for an arm? And death and destruction is what you'll get when he's coming for you, and you kill you all wet and he's big and he's strong. It's quite plain to see that this is the tale of the knuckle of the knuckle.
So, nobody's gonna turn into a monkey with her just yet. Just yet. At this point, you were thinking on what to do next. So.
Oh, well, this is obvious. We should continue following this pathway.
By all
still
means.
Continues.
It does.
Does the condition of the path visibly changes? Is it in worse shape here, like the huts, or is it overall like the same?
The path, like coming from this point, you see a path. Yes, it does. Not like worsen. It narrows. Like it's no longer that wide as you coming through it. But you do follow it. Another several hours, I would say 4 hours. And of course, like on a good pace, you see you're making some progress through the jungle. You think you moved half a day at least deeper within. But yeah, at this point you see another open space, but this time there's a noticeable vista in here. it's a spring of sorts. There's a small current of water coming through the jungle, and it collects itself in a noticeable but quite small pool. Around the pool you see once again very crudely made shelters, or what remains of them. This one's are even worse than the previous. So yes, that's what you notice.
I'm still searching around, trying to find something, but without too much hope. But still, you should have a chance.
I mean, it looks like someone came to the island and began to cut into the jungle, and
probably it looks from Denland's point of view, it looks like they have some good base at the shore, and they as soon as they moved, they make it weaker and weaker. But
maybe they searched for something, but they didn't find
probably
it.
we have different option as well. We'll find out if you follow all the way.
You have many options, my friend, and as you look through this shitty place of a camp, the only thing that's noticeable is the pool in the middle. And I mean, after several hours of walking, you do feel thirsty, but hey.
Yeah, it's good. Let's take some refreshments from the spring.
Yeah, first thing I do is just examine the spring, if it looks clean enough.
It looks clean, yes, like very clean. Usually the water gets muddy as it travels through the thing, but this one is quite good. Like, maybe those jungles are not really as dreadful as you thought.
And as for the pool, we could have some kind of small flow of water to the side of the where the sea is, probably. So it cannot be only a pool. It should flow away somewhere, right?
It should. But it doesn't.
Yeah, there might also, maybe it's only going into the ground.
Maybe.
I think we have little chance of this. It should start here and then flow to the sea direction.
Maybe, but it doesn't. Like, it starts further from within the jungle, and it stops in the small pool.
I mean, if the spring is not that, the spring of the little pool is not that big, so there wouldn't be enough overflow to create a little what is this called? Stream to the.
Taking into account all the knowledge, the Denland, anything looks suspicious about this pool, unnatural, and so on.
Let's think about it. Dalen, you do try to remember things. That requires some intelligence.
How about nature?
Oh yeah, intelligence. Can I have +1 because of my knowledge of nature?
No.
Okay, let's roll it.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, not too bad.
Okay. Something definitely. All right. The interesting part about this is that, given all your knowledge of what the water within the jungle should behave and how the springs, how the things actually operating, like, they shouldn't be a drinkable water source of this particular shape and property, like, in the universe. It shouldn't exist.
Oh, it's
Okay,
good.
some magic. Oh. I just explained what I found and to the Agrita. First thing, I think, after after he is trying to solve the clock of Monkey River, the first thing then probably thinks about is just to give him a look and to try to go drink it. But then he stops and to tell everything he find out about the stream.
Okay.
At the moment.
Oh, you mean there's something wrong with the water?
Probably some magic.
But it looks really nice. Smells even good. Smells like clean water.
Go eat some fruits instead. I don't recommend you to drink it.
Oh, you don't command me to drink the water. That's nice of you.
Is the path leading on beyond that to
Yes.
queuing? Or okay.
At this point, you see that the path kind of overlaps with the spring. It kind of follows it. But whether or not you should follow that, up to you.
Yeah, we are here trying to find out what is happening. We should be careful, more careful than we were before, following this path because I found this very unnatural. But we still should try to find out.
So, we have no clean water. I'm quite thirsty, Denlin.
I told you you can eat some vegetation, some fruits.
Good choice.
Quite juicy.
Eat the palm tree. You'll get better.
Yeah.
Well, for now, I would like to drink, but he sees that the nature guy has a point. And
All right.
yeah,
Come on, pineapples can
yeah.
feed quite well.
Maybe. If you would have any, but yeah.
We have to search around. Maybe we'll find new ones.
is it nearing evening?
It's
Yeah,
around
sure.
4, maybe 5 p.m. at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah, do you follow the path? What do you do?
Yeah, good question. Or we take a look around here for more pineapples.
If you take a look around, we will come to the bad spot when it's dark again. So I vote for the following the path, at least till it's become darker.
All right.
Yeah.
So you do follow the path, and strangely enough, it completely it follows the spring. Like the spring is in the middle of the path, and everything else is just kind of cut around it. And you following it, you following it, you following it, and once again you are greeted with almost a similar scene, where you can see a pool of water of a slightly bigger size. And the spring kind of gets out of it and continues down where you came from, and up there, you kind of start to see the tilt of the climb that goes higher from the level that you were on, and it goes higher up into other parts of the jungle. And here you don't see any camp, but you see several other broken things, like rusted cutlasses, several broken axes, that are almost completely rusted. Like, you see a whole bunch of broken instruments, probably the ones that people use to cut through the jungle.
Oh, okay. So, and they are along with the rusted tools or weapons. There are no piles of bones or armor or something like that.
No.
Okay. Does the path end, or is it continuing?
It doesn't.
along the-
It does continue, but at this point, it starts to come up to you that the sun is getting down, and maybe 2 or 3 hours from now, it's gonna get dark.
Yeah, this is the point when we should probably stop and trying to find something to eat and to rest a little bit, because we are close to the end, I feel it.
Yeah. Let's search for more pineapples. Maybe we are lucky.
Well, you search for pineapples and we'll try to find if we can hunt something with my pineapple.
Good idea.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see.
You need some tactical
Are there
advice.
any fruits in the trees? Yes. Good.
Yay!
Is there anything to hunt? Yes. Good.
Nice. We
So-
are really lucky today.
Yes. It's good. It's good. So, I presume Agrota is trying to collect some fruits in order to eat, and Danelan is trying to hunt. So, Danelan, you do find several lizards, small ones, that are rummaging around the tree line. So yeah, you can totally kill them and eat them.
Do you find enough to make some backup for like a ration? For
A ration, you would need to cook them.
Yeah, I mean, we should make a fire, too.
Yeah.
Well, Akra doesn't care. He would eat them raw, but you're an elf, so you might care.
I'm most civilized man, you know,
Of course,
or half man.
of course. So, what do you do, Danelan?
Yeah, I'm trying to cook them. I'm trying to make a fire.
Okay, what are you making fire with?
A fire making kit.
Summon,
Summon a what?
I believe I do not find any kind of stones I can use to make a fire out of.
I mean, maybe you did, but you
Like
didn't
an-
take them.
Yeah,
So,
nearby right now.
right now? No. Like, there's no random stones.
Okay, I can use the old-fashioned tactics when I should scratch one piece of wood over the other and
Okay.
trying to make a fire.
For that, my good friend, you need a very good dry wood. Where do you find it?
On the open space under the sun, probably.
Dry wood.
Yeah, why not? There are a lot of different kind of wood cutted around, so probably there are some old leaves.
Cut around, yes, but I don't know. Let's see. Is there any dry wood? Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Wow.
Sure. There's some dry wood.
like it does.
Yes. So you're trying to start a fire from just rubbing the things off each other.
Yeah, no magic, just plain force.
By all means. I think you should make it really quickly and really good. So I say it's dexterity.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
That gives him a very curious look.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. You start the fire. So I presume you start by a small piece of dried up grass, and then you kind of making it higher and higher. But yes, at this point you do have a fire. And you're trying to cook the lizards.
Cooking lizards time.
Yes. Cooking lizards. How are you cooking them?
How big they are, except Agrota?
Iguanas. Like, I mean, it's slightly longer than a rabbit, but slightly thinner. So yeah. Something like this.
So I probably have take them to some kind of woods. Oh, I have this this piece of wood with me, about a meter in size, right? So I can use it.
Oh, you know,
I put this lizard on
the
this
stick.
Wooden stick,
Mm-hmm.
and then I cook it over the fire,
Alright, by all means.
turning it around.
Nice evening, cooking the lizards and eating some fruits. Like, not,
like holidays.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
and as soon as we with Liana eat, feed ourselves, so we make some backup for future. So
What?
I'm not sure if we can add a ration just to keep.
Do you
some
eat
food.
them or no?
Yes.
Then no, you can't add them to a backup.
Not all. Half of them.
Like, a ration is a full day meal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you didn't hand a full day meal of iguanas.
Yeah.
So not enough to make a stockpile of.
No. No.
Okay. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Anyway.
do you want to rest here?
Yeah.
Taking the first shift, as always.
Yeah.
By all means.
Fire burning.
Your shift, Danelan, it continues, and I presume you are watching the fire, right?
Oh,
Yes, no,
given
maybe.
all the circumstances, I think I use this water to stop the fire just before
What?
we left to sleep.
So
What do you want to do?
you take I don't know, a handful of water and you start throwing it on the fire.
Yes.
Why? I would give him a very questionable look.
Why are you doing that?
Because anyone can see us from a distance in the dark, stupid lizard.
You know you need more than a handful of water to put out a fire.
Yeah.
And the fire might provide.
And more than that, when Danelan gets a heap of water, throws it into a fire,
Yes.
you see like it heats up, like you hear the shizzle, like there's a small cloud of very deep white and slightly sparkly thing. But yeah, like,
Agruda
Other
gets the
than
hell
that,
away from the
fine.
steam cloud a little.
Don't do that again. You said we shouldn't drink the water. I say don't put the water into the fire.
Is still fire around?
What?
What?
Yes. You
after
dropped just a
so-
handful of water into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like it's still around.
Keep the fire burning. It might protect us from wild animals in the night.
At least I'm not keeping it up with other piles of wood.
Okay.
So it's burned down.
So there's some fire burning in the background. Good. So yes.
So yeah.
Danelan,
Yeah.
your watch comes to an end, and I guess Agrotar takes your place, does he?
Yeah. And he will feed the fire again with new wood because he doesn't like it to burn down. Not
Alright.
at all. Makes it nice and bright.
You do so. You do so. And Agrotar, would you throw me down some wisdoms to take watch?
Of course. Oh.
Good. So, all around the camp in the night, you do hear some noises, some things that are out of ordinary, like some rummaging, some like some weird noises. Like they're not closing in or anything at the moment, but they're definitely surrounding the area.
Ah. So is it like a little bit like moaning or only like animal cries or?
You're not sure. It's really weird. Like, it could be an animal, definitely. But yeah, from the what you can hear is yes, there's several things that move about, and they are surrounding your camp.
Agrotar gives Danlan a shove and tells him what he is hearing.
Danlan. Strange things. They're surrounding us.
So the sweet dream. What is it?
Agrotar puts more fire wood into the fire and
Okay.
tries to whether he sees something in the trees outside the clearing.
You don't really.
Yeah, yeah.
With the night and the vegetation, it's almost impassable darkness out there. But the area around the campfire, around like maybe 10 meters, is illuminated. So yes, fire helps with that.
You can try and give it a try and make a torch and come closer, maybe.
Yeah, he grabs one of the burning logs out of the fire and approaches the tree line to maybe see something between the trees,
Okay.
but not entering the tree line.
Okay, so you going further to a tree line. You, as well as Danelan, with his keen elven hearing, can hear that something moves in the tree line. You don't actually notice anything, but you definitely heard it move. And Danelan, now that you're up, you can definitely hear the same weird, almost incomprehensible noises around. It looks like the whole campsite is kind of surrounded by something.
I try to find out if my panther knows anything about such smells or noises. I'm just talking to him.
She doesn't know anything about the noises. The smells, she tries to smell it. She can't. Like, they didn't make the whole way into the camp. So she can't really smell them. Like, she's not a dog, she's a cat.
Yeah.
So yes,
Does Agrota find something when he comes closer? No?
he hears
Well,
something move.
moves away.
No. Only some shadows. Yeah.
Danlin, did you hear those noises before? On
Yes,
your
I heard
watch.
it last night, but not during the first shift today.
So it's he recognizes the noise from earlier.
It would sound similar, but this time it's like almost immediately around you.
So they're quite closer than before. Right.
I mean, yes.
Might be troublesome. What do you think? Should we? Do you want to go to sleep? But I don't know whether something happens or not. I'm not sure about that.
I think I can lead the watch from this now. So you'll take a rest, but be ready to wake up if something happens.
So you want to take the watch again?
Yeah.
All right.
Agrota gives him a look, but okay.
Okay, if you want that. Well, your call.
I
Wouldn't let
have
the fire go out.
at least few hours sleeping time, right?
Not really, no.
No.
So it happened almost immediately after.
Almost.
Oh.
Around 30 minutes or so.
So you're sure?
Yeah, in this case, I think I should have a rest, at least a little
Yeah,
bit.
of course, go
You
on.
can
That's
wake
what
me
I
up
thought.
later.
So?
I can ask Panther to stay awake with you, and then she'll take a sleep after I wake up.
Uh-huh.
So Agrota continues to keep watch, and he would watch the tree line around with a fire in his back to see at least if something moves out of the dark, maybe.
Okay. So you try to look about yourself. Of course, like covering 360 degrees is a bit difficult. But you do try your best. The noises, they come from different sides. And it's quite difficult to say whether or not we're going to stop or anything. But, like, during that time of tension, where the minutes are getting longer and longer, the time stretches as you deliberately looking into the darkness, trying to find anything. Through this moanings and scroanings, like, you can sort of discern one thing, which comes slightly from behind you. You hear something like, Raya, Raya, Raya.
Wow. Okay.
So yes, it
Try
sounds a
talk to
bit.
those guys.
It sounds a bit more excited, so to speak, than the other voices.
Agrota turns around.
Okay.
You see something.
This time, you can see a slight silhouette of a crouched figure that was trying to get closer to your campsite, to your fire. That's why you can slightly see it at the moment. It's illuminated by the very border of the flames. It looks like a hunched humanoid. You can't tell more than that, and when you turn, it starts to run away back into the darkness. Like, it tries to run away. What do you do?
He stays where he is. So.
Okay.
They are creatures. Don't come near us again. If you don't speak clearly.
He shouts into the forest.
Yes. So, another 10 minutes pass. And after that, from somewhere to the southwest, somewhere from the heart of the island, probably where the spring leads, you can hear more echoing, bellowing call, like woo, and the movement around your camp intensifies, but this time you notice that it's moving away.
Oh, okay.
Another minute or two, and you can no longer hear the things around you. It looks like they've gone towards the thing, whatever it was.
Well, let's hope they don't come back. Or they bring someone who can speak.
And Egrodar, a little bit relieved, sits down because it was a little bit weird because he doesn't know what was in the jungle, whether that's a threat or.
Okay.
And he plans to find maybe something in his trusty book, whether there's something about those things, maybe like a pattern in jungle warfare.
Okay, you try to look through your giant book of tactical advice, and the best advice about jungle warfare you find is that you must always be vigilant of the vegetation, because it is the best weapon in jungle warfare. If you can blend in with the vegetation, or you can climb it, or maybe get under it, you get a very good advantage. You can ambush your opponent. And of course, there are traps. If you can create traps, you would be very successful.
And probably cavalry is not so useful in jungle warfare.
Not really. It depends on the cavalry, of course.
Yeah.
If it's jungle
monkey cavalry.
Monkey weaver cavalry.
Yeah. So, the morning does come. I presume Agrota keeps up the fire through the night, mostly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, you do so. So you rise up from your slumber with a fire intact.
And he gives the awakening Denlan a short sit-rep about what happened.
Okay.
So they almost speak to you, those creatures?
Well, one of them was quite near the light, but ran away when I approached him. But I'm still not sure whether they are dangerous. Maybe they come back in bigger force in the next night.
So you hear some kind of calling from head, and they follow this calling, right?
Yeah. I'm not
So
sure whether we should continue.
They might be quite organized in some way.
Some way, yeah. Maybe we should get back to the beach and figure out something else. Or we continue into the jungle. Maybe we'll find where they are coming from.
While they are mostly active at night, I don't remember we hear any sounds during daytime, so I think we are quite safe for now. So we can use at least half a day to trying to find out where this path leads, and then we'll decide if we come back or not. What do you think?
Well, maybe worth a try. So, let's continue until midday.
Alright. So, with the first lights of a new morning, you continue down the pathway that gets more and more narrow as it continues. And you make your way close to a small hill. And at this point you see the spring, it kind of intensifies. It's getting bigger as you go up. And you look slightly further away, and you see as the jungle kind of gives way to a big tree that kind of towers around the jungle. And from all the sides of the tree you see waterfalls coming down, and they form in those springs, and it looks like they go in all directions all around the island, coming down to the sea, probably.
Around, right?
Yes.
And all the vegetation cut down around each spring.
No. No, the vegetation is not cut down around the things. It's just like from where you approached, it's been cut down. And the big tree kind of gets all the attention in the middle. I mean, there's still bushes around it, the vegetation and all that, but the big tree takes a lot of space.
No.
Like, you could considerably say that it's about 10 stories high. So yes, it's a big tree with a whole bunch of waterfalls coming from at it. Probably
Right,
somewhere from
definitely.
within the tree.
Yeah. This is when Denland wants to, the same book, but called Book of Nature, maybe. Trying to find out what is happening, but till now he tries to examine the tree closer, trying to find any clues or what is happening.
So you're getting close to the tree. You're like
how
going to it.
The tree can be so big, and all the springs around. So it's
Alright. So,
Like-
you're moving closer to the tree. You getting close to the waterfall that's like getting onto the ground and forming into the spring that gets out. As you do, you can see a giant pool of water, like kind of a moat surrounding the tree. Like it's all covered in water, and I would just switch out the campfire because I forgot about it. So yes.
still with us.
Yes, definitely. And you are seeing this picture that all the water that's somehow seeping from the from the top of the tree. You're not sure at this point. It's quite high. But it is collected in those waterfalls, and all of them are forming in weird things. Like it's not a pool actually, but it's something that's similar. Like probably there's some stones below it. So you can see through water, not like completely clear, but most of it. So there's some mud in there, but there's also some stones. And from there, like the excess of the water, it starts to form into the spring that goes down, and that you were following it for the last half a day. So yes. Now you find the source of the spring, it seems. It's a tree.
One of the waterfalls from the tree is a source of spring.
All of the waterfalls are sources of various springs, you think?
Yeah.
Like, it's obvious at this point. So, yes.
Well, while we're closing to the tree, can I find what kind of tree it reminds me? What kind of tree it is exactly?
Most of all, it reminds you of one of the biggest jungle trees, the baobabs, but this one is like you scale it up to 10, then you get this, and plus the waterfall.
So
Like that's
no way it can be some kind of natural. It's like a natural things happening, definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but normally there are no waterfalls coming out of trees.
So, how close are you coming to the water? That's what I'm asking here.
So to get this right,
Complete, surrounded by this moat full of water.
What?
yeah.
So,
All the tree is surrounded by water.
Yes.
And no grass around.
I mean, there is some grass around, yes, but it is surrounded by water.
Okay.
And all that is on the top of this hill we climb?
Yes. It's not like a big hill. It's just like
Yeah.
above the level.
Yeah.
So yes, how close are you coming to the water?
After, at least for Akrota, after he saw what the glittering steam from the fistful of water Danlan put into the fire, he would keep his distance from the surface at least a few meters.
Okay, Dana?
He's quite mistrusting that.
Yeah.
I'm coming close enough to see if there's something in the water, and for my panther to sniff if there's something unusual.
So you want your panther to sniff the water?
not the water, but all the surrounding. Maybe to sniff something unusual.
Okay, okay.
To the place.
Once again, I would remind you, panther is not a dog.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
But still, he can do it a little bit better than I am.
Maybe. So yes, you try to look into the water, and almost immediately, as you like approach the thing, you can see from the other side of this moat, so to speak, from the vegetation that surrounds the tree at the point of its origin, like at the bottom of it, you can see some movement, and you see a vaguely humanoid shape on the other side. It kind of jumps in, gets really close to the water. Between you and it, that would be around 5 meters of this moat, of this water surface. And it starts yelling at you like, "Run, run, 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 run." What do you do, Dalen?
Oh. I try to communicate to it.
Okay.
I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm trying to. It probably looks like quite a humanoid, understandable language, but
So you look at the creature. It is almost completely covered in mud. It has its posture very close to like how would a monkey behave. So it kind of moves on its back legs, but when it's stopped, it also uses its at this point you would think that's arms, but it puts them on the ground as well. And it was waving one of its limbs at you when it was screaming at you.
Maybe get away from the water, Denlin. It doesn't seem to like you.
So yes, Danelin, what is your immediate action, Danelin? What is your immediate action? You have 5 seconds to comply.
Yeah, I just stopped.
4.
Not going closer.
So you stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not doing anything.
I am trying to understand.
Okay, you're not doing anything. So what do you see is from the vegetation, other figures almost the same like it. They're moving closer and they're starting to yell similar things at you. You're not sure. They're waving their limbs. They're yelling at you. It's getting in a cacophony of yelling that's getting even higher pitched than the waterfall itself. And then you see a figure that's a bit different from the others. Like, it's definitely a humanoid. Probably a human. It still has some intact clothes on it. And the figure, it moves slightly different, like a human would do, but then it looks about on its companions, and it kinda does the same posture, but when it looks at you, you see its eyes more clearer than the others, because its face is not that completely like covered in dirt and shit like this. You see a look of horror in its eyes. Like it's afraid. It's like legit afraid. And it starts yelling at you as well. It yells, "Get away! Run away! Roar! Roar!" So yes, Danelin, there's a whole bunch of them yelling at you. What do? Don't tell me you stand there.
I do several steps back.
Okay. You do several steps back.
And maybe I just put my heads up and just with all the moves show that I mean no harm, and I'm almost leaving the place and leaving them alone.
Okay. You see them getting less agitated as you do so. They're not waving their hands anymore, but they continue to mumble the same things that they did. They're mumbling almost to themselves, and they're kind of standing there, but then they're trying to get closer to each other, and like it looks like almost a group hug or something, but they're just like standing there and they're muttering this, looking as you kind of get back from them.
I step close enough to Agrita to talk to him.
Okay.
I think this figure is quite different from all the others, and the look in his eyes are quite close to the sentient beings than the other ones. So I think we should, if you want to try find out what is happening here, we should try to communicate with this one, because the others are completely mad.
Well, but obviously they can't talk, so I see no point in trying to communicate with them if they can't talk. Maybe we just wait here for a few minutes and wait whether they do something. If not, we should leave the place.
I think we can try to move a little bit farther away and wait from a distance. If he wants to communicate to us, he'll come, and if not, we'll decide what to do next.
Yeah. Good idea.
How far away was the last, well, the the last clearing. It wasn't the campsite.
The last clearing? Oh yes, the place where you made your camp in.
Yeah, exactly.
It was 3 hours away.
Maybe we head back to the clearing. What do you say? Get back to our camp, so to speak.
You said that
Yeah.
one figure
As you talking to yourselves,
yeah.
somewhere from above, you can hear a more deep and a more almost like confident, I would say, noise that is just like roar, roar, roar. And the creatures, you see them like kind of jump out of the group hug. They look up as if they could like pierce their gaze through the tree and kind of look up there, and they trying to go back into the bushes. They kind of hide.
They can't hide?
They trying to hide.
Oh, okay.
Kinda trying to hide.
They're not coming close to the sound, but hiding away, right?
Trying to, but it looks quite stupid.
So, but the creature above us who is making the sounds is looking the same like the others?
You don't know. Like, it was coming from high up.
Oh, okay.
But
So
it's so loud that you could hear it.
Oh. So it might be possible the voice came out of the big tree top?
It is possible, yes.
Okay.
What do you think, Roberta? Can you call us some creature to fly and take a look from above?
What do you want to achieve? I'm not sure. Whether we should approach the tree. I'm not sure the tree should be approached overall. The creatures told us to get away.
I think from what they're talking about with all this mumbling sound, they're warning us about something.
Exactly.
But this might be not. It might be the water itself and the source of the water as well, I think, because it's very strange.
Well,
I think the water is one of the sources of these magical things around this big tree and so on.
Well,
And maybe those people are also somehow corrupted by this magic.
One more reason to get the hell out of here. I don't think we should deal with the tree. And I'm not sure we should deal with whoever is residing in it or above it. The other creatures obviously are afraid of the guy in the tree, so let's stick with the plan, head back and wait whether they approach us again. I say.
Well, okay, let's do it like you said. But if we do not achieve anything, we should try to find another plan.
Well, you could build a float and get over there to the tree if you want. I could cut down a few trees for you.
Okay, guys, so what are you doing?
I think we are backing up for now. Not sure if you should go till the point where we've been. Maybe we'll find some other spot in between soon. Should we still spend a half day and come back, and then probably half day and come back again.
So yeah. So we don't
Where we should stop?
stay more
I
in the
think
area. You mean?
I think we should just go maybe half an hour away and then make a camp over here.
All
I
right.
mean, depends on how I think we're the only free spaces the way along the stream we came here.
Well,
Up to the-
you mean
the
prepared sort of campsites? Yes.
And how big is the space around this moat between the moat and the thick jungle? How much space is there?
I would say there's around
Roughly
15 meters, something like this.
Should we stay here at the tree line?
I could ask Stanley.
Yes, Denlin.
So
I think we should stay away from tree line because they definitely feel better within this tree lines at night, at least. So
Okay.
on some open space,
So-
probably waiting for this guy.
yeah, well,
come
there is
to
no
us.
open space. The only
Yeah.
open space is on the path at the clearing we rested at, and
And it's not quite right?
50 meters, like Andrew said, is the space between the dense jungle and the moat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I wanted to know whether Denland want to stay there at the tree line inside of the moat or get back.
I definitely want to stay away from a tree line if you are going to sleep or spend a night here.
I mean, it's
Well,
not
that's
night
not-
yet.
Yeah, I mean we are in. It's still morning, so
Yes.
If you are waiting during daytime, you can come closer to the tree line and wait here, right?
Sure.
okay. So I think we are on the same page now.
Good. So you coming closer to a tree line and you wait there. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What are
So-
you waiting for?
So at least Ekrota would wait for like maybe half an hour that something happens, and if not, he would give Denland a look and get
Okay.
back to the clearing.
Good. So you won't have to wait for half an hour.
Yeah, for now.
No. At some point, you can see that the tree itself, it starts to move slightly. You
Big
see?
tree?
Yes. You see it branches kind of move about, the waterfalls kind of change its direction a little bit as the middle of the tree kind of twists and changes, and you can see almost like a stairway, like a place where you can easily climb, spiraling around its middle. And then you can see a big hulking figure, almost the size of maybe 3 or 5 humans, starts descending from the top down this spiraling staircase.
Oh, that might not be good. Maybe it's time to leave, Denland.
Oh,
Or we wait for it and kill it.
I vote for us to hide in the trees, and we're already close to the tree line, right? And
Yes,
watch
you are.
for a moment.
Well, killing it is. Okay, let's hide in the tree line.
Okay. You try to hide in the tree line.
Yeah.
I say, yes. Well, one of you should be the one giving the orders on how to hide in the tree line.
It's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would use intelligence.
Yeah, okay.
Because yeah, you need to figure out how to hide. And the other one would need to use his dexterity to follow the commands.
Well, my dexterity is still better than my intelligence, so yeah.
So yeah, let's do this.
you
Dalen,
do it.
Oh,
let's see how well are you at jungle
I knew
thingies.
probably
I knew
I ask for advice from my friend with a big book.
We should hide in the open, definitely. It was the most unobvious place to hide.
Yeah. Would you help me to have a good plan of hiding?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Knowing the stuff in the book and seeing that Dylan plans to hide in the open,
Helen, we shouldn't hide in the open. Not tactical. Not a good idea.
Not at
Let's
all.
roll for help, please.
so
Yes.
yeah.
You can either use your intelligence with a +1, or you can use your bonds with Dalen.
Yeah, since I have 2 bonds, I will use that.
Good. Let's see that roll.
Oh, no.
Yes,
Yeah,
26. Definitely. You
that's
rolled 26.
I'm
Exactly. That's definitely more than a 10.
Oh, that's better. Oh.
Yeah, it is better. Okay. So, you do help him. And England, you manage to figure out that yes, you can hide, but yeah, you'll have to waste some of your precious things, and the only thing you manage to notice is that the local fauna, consisting of mostly iguanas, a couple of birds and some insects, they're very much entertained with all the foods you still have on you, especially the rations that Agrada has.
Yeah.
But if you could, like, throw it away, they would probably move away from you and not get attention to your person. So yeah.
So is throwing away Agrata's ration or his own leftovers of the breakfast?
All the food you have
Oh.
is
okay.
going to need to be thrown away, so
Yeah.
the creatures wouldn't be surrounding you and kind of like ogling your food, like, oh my god, food! Yeah, because it's kind of obvious for everyone
They're
else.
lizard folks. You should feed them.
Yeah. A small price for a tactical advantage. So yeah, he sacrifices his last ration for the greater good.
Alright, you throwing away all your foods in order to distract the creatures, and it works. You get a well position, and you manage to see that the creature that now you can determine more precisely it's 4 times the human size, and it moves actually on 2 legs with almost perfect posture. It moves down the last few steps, and now it's approaching where the creatures in the bushes are, it kind of lowers itself over one of the bushes, and you hear it say like, and you see a creature from the bush kind of slightly move away with its paws or hands kind of raised up in a very telling posture that it looks like it almost says that, hey, I'm surrendering, I'm not doing anything, like don't kill me.
Yeah.
And this big creature, it just takes the smaller creature in one of its paws, and then you see it's just like puts it in the water and washes it away a little bit, and you can see that the creature, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it at all. Like it tries to move, but the big creature kind of holds it in place, and it washes it away. And after it's being washed, it's being thrown down on the side of the moat where the tree is, and you can see it's actually an elf. Like it's a male elf, but it's just like completely afraid. It's trying to move, and then it's just like it's getting slower, and it's just trying to do things, and then it kind of just sits down, not doing anything, and that's it. It just sits there.
It's near the tree, right?
Yes. So the big creature kind of starts moving about the bushes and getting the ones that are dirty and trying to wash them. And after it does, it just pushes them back onto the shore, and they twiggle for a moment, and then they kind of stop, and they sit, doing completely nothing. Nothing. Like, some of them are humans, most of them are actually humans, but some are elves, some are beast folk, covered in some fur, but yes, all of them are humanoids. What are you doing?
Doing this, is the creature coming closer to us?
No, it's on the other side of
Yeah.
the moat. So yes, what are you doing? Galen?
I'm watching and thinking if I can remember something happening, like this in the past.
Since you are the god of nature, you would know something about this, I would say. So, roll me your intelligence.
Whoa,
Like-
a lot of intelligence
Like,
roll today.
not all the things are clear at the moment, so you're trying to wiggle in your brain, like, where did I hear about something like this? Like, definitely in some thing, like, I should remember it. Like, I should. Like, it's very close. It's very clear. Like, maybe you're even mumbling to yourself, like, a big tree, a thing that's washing. It's just like, it's
some kind of ritual.
yeah, this is so close. It's so close.
Agrotard, do you remember some kind of thing
Agrotard
like this?
taps him on the shoulder while he's staring at the tree and the guy, and
Hey, Dylan. Remember the connection between the tree and the water. You know, the water doing stuff, elven stuff, maybe magic water, this kind of stuff, you know?
Let me think about it. Yeah. Why
Elves are all
not?
about magic water, right?
That's legit the worst help I ever heard. But
Really know about
but
stuff.
I would let
Devil
you.
in case it comes
I would
out.
let you. I would let you roll intelligence
He
and
tries to
see-
think the elf on the way,
and
what-
see how well Agrota helps Danelan to figure this thing out. Because hey, maybe.
Of
He
course,
forgets everything he knows.
that's elven stuff. He doesn't know really.
Uh,
That's not his area of expertise.
alrighty. So
Some good rolls.
something happens. First thing that happens for Danelan. Alright. Second thing for Agrota.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. So, as you are making your arguments about how the water connects to the tree and how it's supposed to be elven and shit, you forget that yes, like there's a big creature right there, and since it managed to hear those guys moaning from the top of the fucking tree, it can hear you. And the other thing you do notice is that after it hears you, the vegetation behind you, like, it kind of raises its eyes at you, then raises its big hands, and the vegetation behind you, like, grows in seconds. Just like, and there's a wall of jungle behind you. And the creature just looks at you, and you can more clearly see it. It's almost like made of vegetation. Like, at first glance, you would say that it was just covered with it, but at this point, you would think it's just made of vegetation. And like, on top of its head rests a small, like, you would think it like a bowl or something, but you can definitely see some water in there. Like, it just slashes from side to side as it moves its hands. And yeah, like, it has a thing that contains water on its head. Yeah, and it looks quite irritated with you. It starts moving to you through the water. And as it does, you can see it starts to walk on water towards you. So yeah, guys, what do you do?
Oh,
Well, I think we have his attention. So, you see that ball on his head, Dylan?
yeah.
Maybe you can shoot it down if it's hostile. Maybe it does something to it.
From where we are, can we see it exactly? At least I, with my eyes, can see if this some kind of objects containing the water or just water.
You can't actually see, like, kind of inside the ball because it's like on its head, but like, there's definitely water in it because it splashes from side to side.
I'm back in a second.
Yes, by all means.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Danelan can think of a good plan. Because good plans is what we do. Right here. Good plans.
I have several plans, but first thing I think Daniel would try to communicate with this guy at least because he's quite peaceful regardless of what he did during the mortal affairs.
Yes, 100% peaceful. No hostility whatsoever.
Yeah, killing everyone around, losing, doing stupid stuff, signing contracts and so on.
Yeah.
But he's quite a good guy.
Yeah, good guy. Definitely good guy. He giving everyone a bath. Maybe he'll give you a bath.
Yeah. I don't think so, because Dendon would not like to have a bath with this water. He just don't like it. Usually he likes water.
But not this time.
Yeah.
Not the sparkly water! No, sir! No sparkly water for me.
It cannot stop the fire from burning, so...
I mean, just a handful of it definitely can't. Maybe if you could pour more than that, you would see.
You'll have some fireworks. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, fireworks isn't that bad, right?
Yeah. Unless you can burn all the jungle around with it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So yeah, I guess we don't know how much time it's going to take, so I'm just gonna switch on to the pause.
I'll tattle a tale that is terribly true. Started out as a rumour, but suddenly grew. And it deals with a man and a horse and a ring. So settle on in and our song we shall sing. It happened one day in a ring by a farm.
So we return back into this weird composition where this creature crosses the moat with its legs just stepping onto the water, and it moves closer and closer to you both, so there's no point in hiding anymore. What are you doing?
I jumped out of the trees and trying to...
You're no longer in the tree.
We are... at least...
Well, he jumps out of a hiding spot, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, what are you doing?
I cried, shouted to him, who are you? Yeah, mean no harm, we just want to talk to you.
Alright.
Wait for immediate reaction.
Immediate reaction, which will be prompted by how charismatic Daniel is. Let's see. Is Dalen charismatic enough? Let's find out.
Not less than when he was all-father priest in a city.
Yeah, sure, sure. So let's see about that.
Yeah.
So that's actually that's actually double ones.
Yeah. I thought about that all the time when we had so much luck with the fruits. Yeah, we find fruits, but we will be fucked later. Yeah, that's how it works.
All right.
Okay.
So for double ones, I have a special button here. I'll just press it.
I want the button.
Okay, two bargains, my friend. Two bargains. First, oh my god, you lose the money. Oh my god, you can't have all the money. I'll just re-roll it. Okay, so -1 forward and all the money you've ever had. Basically what happens is, the creature, like with a single swoop, like you didn't expect, like it was moving quite slowly before, But with a single swoop, it just crosses the distance with you. It grabs you with its viney hands, and like it starts to just like juggle you, and all your small items, monies, things like this. It just goes all around. Most of it falls into the water, and it just juggles you for a moment. Then it looks at you as kind of holds you upside down. Meanwhile, Agratar, what are you doing?
He goes in battle stance when the thing grabs Denlin and is only a jump away. Gets is he still on the water or is he on mainland?
Oh, he's on the side of the moat.
Okay.
Yes.
In this case, Agra would come close enough, weapons drawn, to jump and strike as soon as the creature wants to harm Denlin. Because at the moment, it doesn't seem like he wants to hurt Denlin, but well, that might change in a bit.
Sure, sure. So yes, Denlin is upside down. Denlin, what do you do?
Can I have a closer look at what is creature?
Yes, sort of.
I mean, it's quite close. So yes, you can definitely see it's made mostly of vines, kind of stitched together in this clump of plant flesh or something. Like it's quite weird, but yes, like it does have something that resembles a face, and it does have eyes. So yeah, like it's weird. It's really weird.
So like a vegetation golem of some sort.
Something like this, yes. Like, do you want to try to remember what it is?
Maybe from close up you get an idea.
Oh yeah, why not?
Sure.
We did some very bad rolls, so maybe we have some luck.
Maybe. Intelligence would help you.
Let's see.
Drum roll.
Hey.
So, did you include the -1 forward?
No, we didn't.
Oh, no.
Well, including the -1 forward, you have a 6.
Nice.
So, I presume Agratar is not going to help with that, because he's
Don't see how.
yeah, he's too busy just being in a battle stance. So let's see what's gonna happen. Something random. Interesting. So, both you, Agratar, and you, Daneland, notice that, like, all about, from almost all the sides, you see, like, a weird, muddied up creatures, like, they kind of, like, sort of emerge, like, almost out of nowhere, but you see that some of them were residing on tops of the trees, some of them were hiding in the bushes, some of them were just like almost dug into the vegetation on the floor of the jungle, and they are like looking at you like intensely. They are very interested in what's gonna happen, but like at this moment you just notice them, like they're all around you. There's a whole bunch of them. So yes, Daneland, you didn't actually remember anything, but you're still hanging upside down, and this creature is still holding you. Maybe you want to try to do something.
I was thinking about one thing, is to try to use a teleport thing.
Sure.
To teleport this. If I can, try to teleport the thing on the top of this creature down to the ground.
Oh, you mean the bowl of water on his head?
Yeah.
So you have what magic exactly?
It's gold. Mhm. Just major teleport.
Oh. So a teleport is a magical opening that you get into.
Yeah. Like you did in the sewers. So
Yes.
you open a portal, so to speak.
Yes. So,
I can teleport to this scene, but I cannot teleport this scene.
like, you can create a portal on a surface, like on the floor, on a
his
wall,
head.
somewhere.
Below
on
him.
the hand holding me.
Not really. I mean, technically it could, but it wouldn't do shit for you. So,
You could
Oh,
make a portal right below him. That might not help you, but it would be funny.
so yeah, what do you do
why
then?
not? And the other scene I was thinking about just a minute before is to make some kind of to apply some kind of weakness to this creature, because I have this precious magical item that can do some harm, like
Okay.
give major weakness.
Okay, so what do you want to
Can I
do?
do some kind of debility or something to this creature?
Ah, so major weakness, what it does. So if you want to name a type of damage that the creature would be really weak to, really weak. So, for example, it's going to be weak against fire, or slashing, or piercing, or something like this. Yes, you can do that.
Well, do
Well.
you still have the lightning hammer with you?
Of course.
I can use it to make it very weak against lightning.
Are you just
Probably already-
casually talking to Agrita while hanging upside down? What's happening? What the fuck is happening here? Come on, Daneland, get a grip. Things are happening.
I'm
He's
just
shaking you, by the way.
asking.
Okay, Daneland, you have 5 seconds to comply and tell me what to do. So 4, 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
I make it.
And it starts
the-
moving away, closer to the tree. What are you doing, Daneland? It's still holding you in his hand, and it's going to the water. Agrita. Like, it seems to ignore you at the moment.
How far away is he to the water?
I would say around 10 meters.
Okay, but he's quite big, so he makes big steps.
He does.
Okay, I make my move.
Yes. What do you want to do?
I make it weak to the water.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. If you damage it with water, it's going to be
Yeah,
really weak with it. Good choice. Like, you use this trinket of yours and you see a magical energy kind of pierce through the creature, and it's getting coated with this, like, slightly orange tinge, but nothing happens after that. And it continues to move to the water.
Now you can spin it in and make more damage. When he begins to move, Agrita would he raises his voice and shouts at the guy as loud as he can.
Drop him or I will drop you, creature.
Alright. So, the creature stops for a moment. It looks back at you, Agrita. It kind of tilts its head a little bit, and you see some water start spilling from its head, and it's just like...
That's my elf. I want him back.
And he stretches one hand out to... Come, give the elf to me. It's mine.
Uh-huh. Damon, what do you do meanwhile?
I love the scene.
Yes?
Oh, did the first move. And then I use my bag of winds.
Yes?
Command 2 of them to make a whirlwind around the water pool and push it hard inside this creature with all the force possible.
So, you want the winds to grab the waterfall
Like a whirlwind. Yeah.
and slash the creature with it, yes?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, so... Agrita, you see Daneland opening a bag, and out of it come 2 whirlwinds that are moving towards the waterfall. They're grabbing the water, and you see as they're kind of like charging up, getting more and more water. And then you see them form in sort of a column, and it rapidly starts to ascend, like almost a moment before it hits. Like, do you want to do something? Like, you notice these things. Like, do you want to do something?
Help me get out too if it happens. I cried, probably.
How does the creature react to that?
It looks like it's been mostly paying attention to you.
To me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I repeat the gesture with a with an even more grim look.
Put him down. That's my elf.
I
Yeah.
tried to free myself meanwhile.
So, as you repeat the thing, the creature starts to raise another one of its hands, and as it does, you kind of feel your legs getting tugged by weird vines that are just growing from the ground, like out of the blue. Like they didn't exist there before. Now they're just like growing and grabbing your hands, grabbing your waist, grabbing everything, and then just Daneland trying to get away.
Yeah.
Okay, how are you trying to get away, Daneland?
I'm trying to push his these vines around me aside and squeeze myself.
So you want to
down.
try to break his iron grip with your mighty elven hands.
Yeah, might it is.
Mighty elven hands, okay. Strength from mighty elven hands. Coming right up.
I can do this.
Okay.
Oh, not bad.
You can do this, but there's a bargain.
Wait, that doesn't make much sense.
It does.
Oh, yeah, it does, yeah.
So,
Oh, no.
your goal, which I would mind you, is hiding the sword, is going to be foiled if you do so.
How it can be?
Oh, don't worry about this.
You will know. But, well, I'll leave it to you.
So it's not completely failure, but it
Just
should be
foiled,
in some
not
way, yeah.
failed. Foiled.
I mean, not that we are close to...
I think at the moment Danon, the only thing Danon is thinking about is just to get away and he just want to get away. This is the only thing he's thinking about.
Okay. So you do get away.
See,
and
the future, you know.
Yeah. You do get away. So, Agrata, you see Danelan like breaking the grasp of the creature as it surrounds you with vines. Danelan moves away, dashes outwards in a direction there would be safe from a slashing of water. The two winds slash on the creature. You feel the squash as kind of all the vines and the things are getting around, and this orange tinge kind of bursts into one big flash of orange as you can see the creature is no more.
Oh.
Like there's a sploosh and there's nothing.
After it was attacked by the water?
Yes. And several seconds later, you can feel that the vines that are holding you, that they're getting weaker, and you can kind of just move away from them, and that's it.
I stomp on them.
But after you do, and you start to look around, look at the creature, and after a point, you notice that the water stopped dripping.
Oh, yeah.
There's no more water coming from the tree.
Is Danlin on the ground?
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as I am free, I try to find out what happened with this creature and any remains of the creature around.
I mean, some vines here and there, yes.
Any remains of the cauldron itself?
No.
Well, Denlin, whatever you did, it worked. Not bad this time.
Oh.
Maybe
I was thinking I will be doomed by this creature.
If you continue being that useful, I might forget that you teleported us away.
Not me, the demon it was.
Oh, a demon. You didn't tell me about the demon. There was a demon. Why you tell me now? We could have killed the demon. Wait, you made a pact with a demon?
Agrota comes quite close to Danlin. Give them a very grim question look.
What did you do, Dylan?
Oh, this I can kinda make a deal with him, so he saved my panther. And just give it a smile.
Agrota literally shoves him with his lizard nose in his face.
You made a pact with the demon to save that cat.
You killed this cat, and he's the only creature I am care about most of all.
Agrota face palm himself, so gets away from him.
Well, let's see whether you still think about this way. If that pact comes back to you. On a second thought, I don't want to know more about your pact. Have luck with your pact. Now let's think about what we do. Oh, we can't make a pact with a demon. Should know better. Ah, those elves.
I take a look at the tree itself. Does it change in any kind of change on the tree?
You look at the tree, and the only thing that did change, which is noticeable, is that it no longer has this weird shape of its trunk. You can't easily climb up it, like there's no like staircase, as it were, when the creature was going down. So yeah, climbing the tree might prove difficult.
What do the creatures around you in the trees?
Creatures in the trees looking quite amazed. They're looking at each other, they're looking at you, like, they're not doing anything. Like, at this point, you might think that they're in awe.
Oh. Then maybe you can become their new king and be a lord of the tree.
I proclaim you free from this creature. Denland would come closer to the people washed by this creature before.
So you want to go to the water?
Yeah, close enough to see what is happening to this.
I mean, they're just, like, you can see them from right here. You don't even need to get closer. Like, they're sitting there, not doing anything.
Are they still alive? Like, breathing?
Looks like it.
Hey, I'd like to try to talk to them. Hey, here, you are free now. Where we are, can we talk?
It doesn't look like they are responding at all.
No.
Oh. And the washed guys on the other shore at the tree.
I mean, he's talking to them right now.
Oh, I thought he's talking to
No.
people around. Okay.
Oh, is the pool, how wide it is? 4 meters, you said?
5.
5. So it's not quite easy to jump over.
Not really, no.
If you had a long enough stick.
I have a 1 meter stick, useful in many things. Cook lizards, you can jump. You
Not
see?
5 meters, but yeah, probably can jump.
I mean, you can jump with a stick, but a stick doesn't help you with this jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can still use this stick and throw this stick to the figures sitting over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do this. Do they react?
So you throw a stick at one of them.
Yeah, not in the head, probably. I'm not so cruel.
Okay. So you throw a stick at one of them. It recoils a little bit. And then kind of just gets back into this weird nothingness.
Wow. What do you think, Agota? We should try to find out what's inside this tree. I'm quite curious to know what is happening here. I think there's no more danger, immediate danger for us, at least till we do not touch this water, probably.
Well,
Don't drink it.
yeah, if we find a way across, might be worth a look inside. But we need a way across. Maybe we can cut down some trees, build a bridge.
Yeah, good choice.
How high are the palm trees around?
Let's see. Are the trees around suitable to make a bridge, so to speak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, suitable enough.
yeah.
Come on, 5 meters is not quite tall trees.
So keeping an eye on the muddy creatures around, I would move to cut down some of the palm trees and cut off the tops of it and tie them together with a rope out of his bag.
All right.
If the creatures around don't care.
Good. You do so. You create the bridge. You put it down, and now you can cross.
Come on, let's go.
Well, that was easy. Let's see whether it stays that way.
Making it carefully across.
Yep.
Do the creatures react in any way?
If anything, they're just more interested, and they're moving kind of in a position to observe you better.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Well,
So you do that, you cross. What then?
I think we should try to find the best way to climb. So probably
Okay.
I'll take just a walk around the tree.
yeah, maybe there's an opening.
Ooh, walking around the tree. Okay, sure. Like, which side are you walking around?
Do they look different from our perspective?
I mean, not really. Like, there are some differences. Like, it's a tree after all.
Yeah.
Like, it's not identical from every side, but yes, mostly similar.
I'm trying with examining the spot where we saw this tail-like construction. And
The what?
then
Oh, yeah.
I move to the side if I didn't find anything. Maybe some switch.
Well, unfortunately, after 10 minutes straight, like, moving around, you do understand that the tree is freaking big. Like, it's really big. Like, it would take you some time. You already made it probably halfway. So, yeah. Do you want to continue your way?
But by the way, is the guy with the who looked more civilized and human-like? Is he in the crowd of
Washed people? Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
and he's in the same mood like them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you cross all around the tree. There are no switches or levers or buttons you could push.
And no more suitable place to climb up. So
Not really,
all the tree
no.
is plain.
Like it's a tree. A giant tree. So, what do you want to do?
Well, we might need a griffin here. What do you think, Denlin?
Well, let him try to climb a little bit at least.
That's
not calling for griffin.
really big tree, Denlin. Go ahead, you can climb if you want. Like last time, you remember?
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Climbing the tree is not compatible to climbing rocks, you know.
Probably. But you know.
Yeah, you're free to go.
How
Come on, go ahead.
how high it is? You said.
Just
10
10
stories,
10
bro.
stories high, yes.
150. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then let's sit down and I'm a little bit tired. Maybe you call for help, as I already advised you before.
So, what do you do?
Akotar gives the tree a good look. What? It's still bright daylight. We didn't spend
Yes.
that much time here. Okay. In this case, Agrodar uses his bracelet and summons a gray griffin to carry the both of them up the tree and down again afterwards.
Okay. So, a gray griffin appears in front of you.
Speaking out of character, for if I can.
Yes.
I still don't mind why you leave the Shanky behind. You still have should have it with you all the time.
I mean,
No, we sent Shanky
Yeah.
to Ashak, and he
exactly.
was bound to Ashak.
Yeah.
And that had a good reason. We sent him with the intelligence we gathered about the leaving ship. So,
Yeah. So
Yeah,
all
but
is good.
You should call it back afterwards.
Well, anyways, now you have a gray griffin.
Yeah.
Who is ready to give you a ride.
Come on, Dylan. Let's get up.
Let's go. And she climbed up.
All right, you climb up on the majestic creature as it flies its wings about, and it takes up, and above, and now you can see from a bird's eye view. You can see this giant tree, and in the middle of it, where its trunk, well, most of its trunk should be, there's a giant pool of water. In the middle, it is completely black. Like pitch black. You don't even see any reflections there. But on the surface, there's just water.
So does it look like it's simply very, very deep, and that's why it's black, or does
No.
it look unnatural?
It looks unnatural.
Okay.
Does it look similar to the void?
I mean,
It's
yeah,
nothingness.
like the void was really, really black to the point of non-reflection, and this thing is really, really black.
But it is not moving unlike the void.
No, it's not moving. It looks like it's deep within the water or within the tree. It's not moving.
So it's under the water surface or in the middle of the pool? Or on the surface itself?
It looks like it's deep in the water, and it's just like there in the middle.
Do we have some spot to land on top of the tree? And
There are some branches, but most of it is just like this water surface.
So there's no, no shoreline or something like that around the.
Not really, no.
Okay.
I mean, there's just some parts of the tree that are higher than the others.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see, like, the parts where the waterfalls used to be. Like, if the water would be rising, but it's not. So you would see where the waterfalls would form.
Yeah. So would there be near the surface a bigger branch or one of the places where the water flew out where we could land and have a few steps of free space?
A few steps, maybe, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to make camp up there, but
Sure.
to land and to have a closer look at the surroundings.
Sure, by all means. So you want to do that?
Yeah.
Good, you do that.
I'll get down from the griffin and look down the water.
Okay. It's quite good. Looking pure and sparkly.
What do you think, Denland? Is that the black spot down there? Could that be the void?
I think
Or
it's somewhat similar, probably.
how could we test it? I have an idea. Maybe we could throw something in it.
Yeah, good idea. I think I have. Oh, I have.
You have a panther.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I just saved it few moments ago. No, not few moments actually, but few days.
It works quite good with panthers. I tried that. Well,
Yeah.
you tried it. Or the panther tried it.
Drowning panthers always
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, you'll probably try to throw your sword inside and see if you still feel it afterwards.
For sure I will throw stuff somewhere I might not retain it. Maybe we throw something else in it first.
And he gets the sword out of the range of Denland, just to be sure.
And you can kind of hear once again some words from the sword crackling through. You could just hear like something or someone.
Oh, this cruel sin. Oh.
So yeah, you're standing near a nice pool of water. What do you do?
Oh, I think I have something with me, but I'm not sure that I want to use it.
I don't know. You tell me.
Are we? How far is the surface from our standpoint here?
Couple of meters.
Does this tree have some kind of fruits or some
No.
kind of... No.
How could we test that?
I have one good idea, but
Yeah,
I just don't
good ideas.
want to get rid of this thing because I was keeping it for a long time. I can use this thunder rod probably if we throw it deep into this blackness and it still means no sound afterwards. It's probably gone forever. So it's probably void itself.
Well, what does your thunder rod do? I think it only does
Thunder
something
rod
if it's activated.
Is as soon as I open it from my backpack and it starts emitting annoying sound, very high annoying sound, till I hide it away. So as soon as I throw it inside this blackness, if you didn't see or hear anything afterwards, I think.
Like, don't forget, just reminding you, just in case you forgot, Thunder Rod does attract attention.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, we can do it quickly.
Yeah.
Come on, I can do it. I am Dexter's elf.
Okay. Dexter self, roll me your dex then.
Yeah.
Let's see how dexterous
I'm
are you.
not sure what he wants to do, but
I think this is the first time I roll for a dex today. Oh, probably second one.
It is the second one, but yes.
Yeah.
Roll it up. Woo! The thunder rod goes into the thing, and for a moment, just for a moment, as it touches the surface, you can hear this high-pitched thundering sound, like, and then it touches it, and it goes deeper, and it gets less and less and less loud until it's completely silent.
is it fading away or is it like
It's fading away.
Okay. In the darkness
Yes,
down there?
you don't see it anymore.
Well, now we know it's deep. Either way.
So this is the time. Time of testing. You can do this. Come on. You're strong, lizard man.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm getting so many flashbacks. It's just like, throw it into the fire, Mr. Frodo! Throw it!
And following this scenario, I should take this sword from his hand and say, "Now I command this." And then follow it with it inside.
Sure.
What do you do?
So Danelan, Agratar, what are you doing? The Griffin is kind of irritated with you. He wants to get you down and be done with you. He's just like.
After I mean, Akratar stands there and looks at them, and he at least he thinks he knows what Denlan is thinking. Yeah, throw the thing into the dark hole. Be done with it.
I almost telling it with my eyes.
Yeah.
Almost telling it, just like eyeing the sword and the black hole. The sword, the deep,
I'm looking
deep
inside
water.
his eyes and trying to use my hypnotizing look.
Very hypnotizing.
So you think the sword is hidden down there, right?
Now, I think it should be. And we could always return and take it back, if we need to.
Oh, how do you think we could take it back if it's down there in the dark, alone?
Let me
Only-
take care of it. I can do this, trust me.
Akratar is eyeing him.
You can. You're a good friend, Denlan. You know that. But if you're fucking with me and the sword, and I won't get it back, I will kill you. I hope you know that.
And he gives him a very serious look.
Den's look is probably quite amused.
So, what does Damon say?
I know it. Go and do what
Okay.
you need to.
Agratar, you can once again hear through the cracks, like, you think the sword is almost screaming, just like, he's lying! Lying!
Yeah, this thing is always taking care about herself.
Yeah, in his thoughts, Akratar might at this point Akratar might make a list of all the happy moments with Denlan, all the happy moments with the sword,
Probably Denlan
like playing child's music in the background with all the nice memories. So dancing with the sword, making jokes with Denlan on on fire.
Comes closer and lay his hand on the shoulder and say, I'll come for this sword to the bottom of the hell or anywhere for you if you need to. Trust me.
At this point, Ecuador gives him a very long look, but in this moment, the trust from the very, very long journey they took together weighs more than his all the luck and all the fun with the sword, and in first place his promise. He trusts Denon that he keeps his promise, and if he can, he tries to throw the sword into the darkness.
Okay. At first, you will need to roll me wisdom.
That can go wrong.
Alright. Now, you would need to roll me strength with a -1 because of your wisdoms.
Well, then that's
Alright. That is enough. But let's see, there would be a bargain. Oh. Not too bad for you. I guess you would feel severe sadness.
Yeah.
From throwing your sword down into this water pool, and you see it going deeper and deeper, and you do know that the sword is completely black and non-reflective, just like the thing itself. So at first you think that you lost it out of sight, but you kind of know that it's still there. It's almost like you feel it at this point.
Yeah.
But then it kind of starts to fade further and further away, and you kind of left with this cold, cleansing realization of what you just did, and it's just like,
the look he gives Daedalus is undescribable. He might not feel what Ecuador feels at this moment, but he better makes sure that he gets the sword back.
Alright.
I hope you're satisfied now. And I hope you satisfy me afterwards.
And at this moment, the vegetation and the insects and everything around you falls to silence. And you try to look about and you see that the world is kind of grayish. And yeah, right next to you, on the griffin, sits your good friend, Altharius. And he's just like, for goodness sakes! It took you long enough, you dumbwits! Like, how hard can it be? Like, this guy, and he points at Egredar, literally was next to another dragon. He could just, like, fling it into it and be done. But no, we're going to just... what am I bothering with you? Anyways. So, you managed to finish it up, eh?
Yes.
That doesn't answer.
Feeling accomplishments, eh? That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
So, you big guy, feeling a bit sad, I see?
You don't even know.
Don't worry about this. Do you want another sword? I could hook you up with another sword if you want. Or maybe something better for your hammer?
Hammer always sounds good. He's an old friend too.
Alright, alright. I think I know the trick. I already have the blue one, yes? And he looks at the gem within... Well then, how about the red one? And he gets a red gem out of his pocket and he throws it towards you.
Agritar grabs it. He's quite interested now.
Yeah.
Still sad, but well, shiny gems for weapons are always cool.
Yeah, shiny gems. And he says, this one acts a bit more aggressive, I would say. With it, you can create, I would say, slashes of fire. Basically, just put it in, raise your hammer, and slash through the air with all your might, and it's probably going to create a cone of fire.
Sounds good.
If your slashing is good enough, of course. But for you, and he points at Danelan, just like, where do I start with you? Like, really? Like, do you even know where this guy wanted to teleport you to? And I needed to meddle with it in order to put you somewhere close to the next best thing? Huh? Like, it's a whole bunch of busy work with you, huh? Like, I'm trying here, I'm actually trying, and you're making it difficult.
I'm doing my first steps, dealing with demons, you know. Only first steps. So
Oh, yes, first step. Releasing the archdemon from his prison because he asked you nicely wasn't a good mistake for you. Now you have to step it up with releasing another demon and just so happen to make a deal with him.
Yeah, I have to kill another demon probably.
Oh dear, okay. I'm gonna make it simple. So, do you want to out of his deal? I can do it. Do you want that?
Sure.
All right. All right, sure. Let's do it. Why not? Let me see. And you see him kind of yeah, he switches his stance from a relaxed to a very focused one, and he kind of makes a motion with his hands, and you see a purplish portal appear, but then he kind of puts his hand into it, and he yanks something out of it, and you see it's this, like, almost the same looking guy as you've seen him before, but this thing is definitely demonic looking, and he's just like, not your day, buddy, not your day. And he's just like, what are you? And he's like, and the guy is just getting disintegrated into a bunch of butterflies. And it's just a bunch of butterflies flies away, and he's just like, I wanted an explosion. But anyway. And he twitches his hand a little bit, and you see a purplish portal sparkle, and he's just like, well, what are you waiting for? Come on in.
Giving the lake, the water, a very long look. Agritar steps with a sigh, with a very deep sigh, into the portal.
Okay. Danelan?
Oh, I'm waiting till Agritar and following him.
Okay, so both of you are going into the portal to finally teleport yourself to the next best location. Of course, it is the best location, and let's find out what it actually is. Boom.
Oh, nice.
It's a desert near a deserted camp,
That fits.
which is always good in a desert.
It would be strange if it would be a mountained camp in the desert, or a swamped camp.
Actually, we started in a desert, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, but this what was near an abandoned city, I think.
Yes. But now, no abandoned cities for you. Just a desert. I would say, yeah, somewhere around there would fit. Oh no, I actually have the next best thing. I think it's actually here. Yeah, right here. Sounds good enough?
Yes, sir.
Here we are. In the middle of
What
the
is the
desert.
red dot? Oh.
You mean this red dot?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where your first thing happened.
Yeah.
Shit.
They're
Yep.
returning
So,
to the same place.
You find yourself in there, under the hitting sun of the midday in the desert, which is not really a good place to find yourself in, especially where there's not actually too much protection, but you do manage to see a deserted camp in the distance, which is good. But
That's good.
before you can make yourself comfortable in this deserted camp, you look about and you see the light from the sun kind of intensifies, and you feel that the Old Father is about to speak. And he gives you a quest.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So, you
I
hear
think
the
we are
thunderous
looking-
voice of the Old Father. You must hide the princess, a shielding protection from darkness. This is your quest here. Yeah. She says
Oh. I think we are very good at hiding. We have a lot of questions.
Yeah,
that. Yes.
that's the thing we do.
That's good. That's good. So, guys, I think that's a good place to let England go, because I thought he was about to go. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
I think I already over time a little bit, but
A little bit. It's
Not a big
fine.
deal.
It's fine. Like, time kind of flies in a good company, I say. So, let's do the end of session questions. And our first question would be, did you learn anything new about Mortal World?
ooh. Specifically, Denon found this very strange thing happening with all the tree, the creature, and the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's, at least it's
but
some.
The humanoids
something
behave themselves strangely next to magic water.
Yeah.
But since I'm not sure whether we learned something, because Denlon failed to remember anything about all that. So
He did.
But he found that this void can be intact in some kind of water pool. It is
Interesting, eh?
interesting to know. Yeah.
Yeah, good thing to know. All right.
yeah,
All right,
Yeah, so
Dana. Sure.
yeah.
So that's one marked. Next one. Did you finish a good quest? I think you did. I think you did finish a quest. And
Do I count correctly that this is the 10th now?
as far as I could remember, and let me double check it. It
Yeah,
Because
is.
I have no my list on the other PC. So.
It
It
is.
was
Yes.
9, and this one is.
It is the 10th quest. So, the third question. Did you prove yourself capable to achieve ascendance?
I don't feel like that.
Agroda gave a lot of power out of his hand, literally.
Yeah, I think Agritar won the day on this one.
Yeah.
He gave away his precious, precious sword.
I mean, along with the death threat, but well, he gave it away.
Yep. But hey, yeah, it happened. So that's good.
Uh,
Definitely. Any alignment goals you have, guys?
Nope.
Yes, Danelin, why didn't you help the animals?
You
ate them.
lizards.
You ate them, Danelin.
Yeah, yeah. I have to feed myself and my family.
I think Danelin is getting more and more mortal as the days go by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, okay, it's getting out of control, man. It's getting out of control. Okay.
Come on, hunting is not a bad thing.
And any bonds you wish to change, guys?
Oh. Oh, a little bit. I have a bond. I have to help Agrotat rid the sword's curse out of him.
Ah,
Alright.
I think it's probably worked.
that's the first step. Yeah, I say yeah, you can cross that. Good, good.
I'm not sure about mine, but I have to take a few thoughts into it because I think I have to do something with those bonds at the moment because they are not. Yeah, I will see about that.
Yeah,
For the moment,
it's good.
nothing changed
That's
directly.
good.
I also want to change the bond itself to something like I am impressed by the Agrota move of releasing the sword, and I want to be like as strong will as he is.
Good,
So,
good. Okay, okay, that sounds actually good. Well, guys, I hope you do know how to hide princesses because
Yeah.
you will have to do that. You
not
will have to
throwing them
do
into
this.
the void, probably.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Throwing her into the void always works 100% of the time.
Or we, I mean, we
totally
could kill
cool.
her and burn her. Then she's hidden too,
Yeah,
so to
sure.
speak.
Definitely.
We let her disappear.
Yeah. And now I make this princess disappear for my next trick.
Stand still. It won't. Only hurts a bit.
Just a bit. All right, guys. Well, we'll see that next week.
Yeah. Wow.